in the process.
A 3-day of critical engagements on all issues, that is media and how they affect Africa. Talk about the state of the industry on the rising continent and the roles that the professionals play and can continue to play, not just as the watchdog, but a strategic growth partner. Plenary, panel discussions, and special interventions by leaders across other sectors.
It has been a rough ride for media establishments and enterprises across Africa since the COVID-19 pandemic. The unprecedented pandemic disrupted business models, altered audience relationships, squeezed revenues, and tested professional values and public trust.
A very key aspect of the All Africa Media Leaders Summit 2024 is the Media Excellence Award Night, where our own Bosin Yomofaye is recognized alongside other individuals and groups for their contributions to the story of African integration.
If we, the media, don't stay focused on the big story, if we don't focus on the positive news, that is the development, the turnaround that we're seeing in Africa, the level of engagements that we're having across the continent and around the world, whether it is in music or in entertainment, look, as the AFDB president says, we're not to promote Africa's challenges, we're to promote the solutions and the strides that we're making on the African continent.
Being given this award, the Wangari Maathai Young Journalist Award, is a testament to the power of digital storytelling and the power that the young people have when they go back to their communities and tell the stories that are within their communities.
We need to be able to provide metrics.
The events of the last day are as critical, thought-provoking as those of the earlier days, with more presentations and discussions.
But you listen to a reporter, a news editor, analyze, fact check. We have lost that. And we need to go back and do that. Now, and I think we've lost that because there's no money. Globally, the money is shrinking. But you have a few media who will retain. Truth will be profitable when you retain your integrity.
There's a tension between truth and money.
No.
And are the editors the purveyors of truth?
The media has a dual personality in the sense, and that's where the duality comes in, because it is a business that must be profitable in order to survive, obviously because you've got your shareholders and you also have salaries to pay. At the same time, it is a public service.
When you are known for giving all sides of story, factual, impartial, balanced, right? The money will follow you.
Then a fireside chat with special envoy on peace and equity as precursors for the growth that Africa seeks.
The African people are saying we want development, the people. So it's time to listen to the people. It's time to put sideline those leaders that are holding guns and want to dominate by arms. We need, at the end of the day, listen to the two guys who say we were fighting. We were friends before, after we start fighting. But now today, we saw that none of us could gain the battle. At the end, we had to sit at the table and discuss. Why don't we start by dialoguing?
I would therefore like to propose that the African Development Bank, Africa Import-Export Bank, my brother Orama, and all regional financial institutions pool resources together to support the emergence of a globally respected Africa media company that will position and project the news of Africa to the world.
For the closing session, a recap of some of the points raised in the 3 days.
A partnership is to be developed between All Africa Media Leaders Summit, encompassing all of you, and AFDB for the establishment of appropriate financing for the development of the entire value chain of the media sector.
Everybody recognizes it. Without good professional media, the continent will never be able to achieve its human and economic development goals.
And one final address to wrap up by the chairman and editor-in-chief of the Arise This Day Media Group.
So the first barrier that has to come down is the visa barrier between Africa, for there to be meaningful trade between Africa. That's number one. Number two, we have to build proper governance in Africa and encourage democracy across Africa. To that extent, we should salute the change coming from Senegal, where democracy is thriving. And we urge all the sit-tight leaders around Africa, it's time to retire. We need to build a new continent and make poverty an issue to be tackled. If we don't tackle poverty, we will not be able to build the governance structures we need to propel Africa.
Tackle poverty, build a new continent using the media. No better takeaway for all participants here than those closing words from a man building a new Pan-African global media network, Nduka Obayagbena. Tokumbo Oyetunji, Arise News, Nairobi.